Have you ever complained about your life? Have you ever looked at someone else's success and wondered, why not me? Have you ever believed that life had given you nothing worth appreciating? If you have, then stay with me until the very end of this story, because what you are about to hear is one of the most powerful lessons ever told about gratitude, human potential, and the priceless gift we often overlook. This story has transformed the thinking of countless people for generations. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We regularly share timeless stories filled with wisdom that can change the way you think and live. You never know which story might become the one that changes your life forever. Now, let's begin. Many centuries ago, while traveling across northern India, Gautama Buddha and a group of his disciples arrived at a peaceful farming village. The people had heard countless stories about the wise teacher whose words had brought comfort to kings, merchants, farmers, and ordinary families alike. News of his arrival spread through the village faster than the wind. By sunset, people had gathered beneath the shade of large trees where Buddha rested with his disciples. One after another, villagers approached him. Some asked about family conflicts. Some sought peace after losing loved ones. Others wanted guidance about work, health, or happiness. Patiently, Buddha listened to every person. He never hurried anyone. He answered gently, allowing each person to discover wisdom instead of simply giving advice. For 2 days, the village was filled with hope. But on the third morning, an elderly villager stepped forward. He folded his hands respectfully before Buddha. "Blessed One," he said quietly, "there is one man in this village who lives differently from everyone else. He refuses to work. He spends every day blaming heaven for his poverty. He curses God. He insults anyone who encourages him. We have tried speaking with kindness. We have tried correcting him. We have even offered him work. But he rejects everything. If anyone disagrees with him, he becomes angry and insults them. We no longer know what to do." The disciples looked at Buddha, wondering how he would respond. Instead of criticizing the man, Buddha smiled. "Bring him to me." The villagers exchanged nervous glances. One of them replied, "Master, that man has no respect for anyone. He may insult you. We could never allow someone to speak to you in such a manner." Buddha's smile remained unchanged. If he carries anger in his heart, then that anger is already causing him great suffering. Bring him, and simply tell him that I may have a solution to his problem. Although uncertain, several villagers left to find the man. They eventually found him sitting outside a small broken hut. He looked exhausted. His clothes were worn. His face reflected years of bitterness. One villager said, "The great teacher wishes to see you." The man laughed loudly. "Teacher, I know these holy men. They preach beautiful words while poor people continue to suffer. They are all hypocrites. I am not interested." The villagers remained patient. One of them finally added, "He believes he can solve your financial problem." The man's expression immediately changed. "My financial problem? If that is true, then perhaps he is worth meeting." A short while later, he arrived before Buddha. Instead of greeting him, he crossed his arms and stared coldly. "So, you are the famous Buddha. What do you want from me? Have you called me here just to tell me to stop complaining? Everyone keeps telling me to trust God. Why should I? If God truly cared, why am I poor? Why was I given this miserable life? What use is this body when I have no money? If you can make me rich, then speak. If not, stop wasting my time." The entire gathering became silent. Several disciples expected Buddha to correct the man's disrespect immediately. Instead, Buddha simply looked at him with kindness. "My friend, I have not called you here to argue about God. I have not asked whether you believe or do not believe. But I will tell you this, our actions shape much of our future. If you spend your days blaming life, life rarely changes. If you spend your days working, your circumstances begin to change." The man interrupted sharply. "I did not come for a lecture. I came for money. If you cannot give me wealth, then leave me alone. Many people standing nearby felt offended by his behavior, but Buddha remained perfectly calm. After a few moments of silence, he finally spoke again. Perhaps I can help you after all. The man's eyes widened. You can? Yes, I know a king. The king possesses enormous wealth. He would gladly reward you beyond your imagination. The man's face brightened instantly. Really? What must I do? Buddha answered calmly. The king has a son who has been blind since birth. His physicians believe they can restore the prince's sight if they receive the eyes of a healthy living person. If you give both of your eyes, the king will give you gold equal to your own body weight. The man's smile disappeared. His voice rose immediately. What? You expect me to give away my eyes? Never. No amount of gold could make me agree. Buddha nodded gently. But I thought money was all that mattered. You said your body was useless. You said your life had no value. Now you can exchange those useless eyes for unimaginable wealth. The man shook his head violently. My eyes are priceless. If I lose them, what would I do with all that gold? Buddha continued softly. Very well. Keep one eye. Sell only the other. King would still reward you with enough gold to live comfortably for the rest of your life. The man became even more frustrated. Have you lost your senses? I would never sell even one eye. My eyesight is worth more than any treasure. Buddha looked directly into his eyes. What if the king doubled the reward? No. Tripled it? No. 10 times your weight in gold? The man almost shouted. No. My eyes cannot be bought. They are beyond price. Silence filled the gathering. Buddha allowed those words to settle. Then he smiled. My friend, only a few moments ago, you said your body was worthless, but now you admit that just your eyes alone cannot be purchased with mountains of gold. If one small part of your body is priceless, how can the whole body be worthless? The man's breathing slowed. For the first time since arriving, he said nothing. The crowd watched as the anger slowly disappeared from his face. His proud expression softened. His eyes filled with tears. The truth struck him harder than any argument ever could. He realized that he had spent years cursing life, while completely ignoring the priceless treasures he already possessed. Suddenly, he fell to his knees before Buddha. I have been blind. Even though I could see, I complained every day. I blamed everyone. I blamed heaven. But I never recognized what had already been given to me. Buddha gently helped him to his feet. There is no shame in discovering the truth. The only tragedy is refusing to see it. Then Buddha turned toward everyone gathered there. My friends, human beings often spend their entire lives chasing what they do not have, while overlooking what they already possess. A healthy body, a thinking mind, hands that can create, feet that can walk, eyes that can witness beauty, ears that can hear music, a heart capable of love. These gifts are so freely given that many people mistake them as ordinary. But imagine losing just one of them. Only then would most people understand their true value. He paused before continuing. Gratitude does not mean pretending life has no difficulties. It means recognizing that even in hardship, you still possess blessings beyond measure. The person who always compares himself with others will never have enough. But the person who appreciates what he already has will always discover reasons to smile. The villagers stood quietly. Many lowered their heads. Some reflected upon their own complaints. Others silently thanked life for the blessings they had ignored for years. As the sun began to set, the man who once cursed heaven walked away with a different heart. He had not received a bag of gold. He had received something far more valuable. A new way of seeing his own life. And from that day onward, he no longer wasted his energy blaming the world. Instead, he began working. He began serving others. Most importantly, he began appreciating the priceless gifts he had once called worthless. Perhaps the greatest poverty is not having little. Perhaps the greatest poverty is failing to recognize how rich we already are. So let me ask you one final question. If someone offered you millions in exchange for your eyes, would you accept? What about your hands? Your legs? Your ability to think? Your loved ones? If your answer is no, then perhaps you are already far wealthier than you realize. Take a moment today to thank God, or if you prefer, thank life itself, for the gifts that money can never buy. Because gratitude has the remarkable power to turn what seems ordinary into something extraordinary. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Leave a comment below and tell us, what is one priceless gift in your life that you are thankful for? We read every comment, and your story may encourage someone else. Finally, if you enjoy meaningful stories that teach wisdom, strengthen your mind, and inspire positive change, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. There are many more unforgettable stories waiting for you. Until next time, remember, sometimes the greatest treasure is not something you find. It is something you have had all along.